In the heart of Suzhou, nestled between ancient temples and modern streets, lived a young woman named Mai. Mai was a gifted artisan, renowned for her exquisite Chinese knotting, a skill passed down through generations in her family. Her hands could weave the most intricate designs, and each knot she made carried a story, a wish, and a symbol of prosperity. Yet, despite the beauty she created, there was a deep longing within her. Mai had yet to find the person with whom she could share her own life story. Every year during the Lantern Festival, Mai set up a small stall in the bustling market square. Her vibrant Chinese knots crafted into elegant pendants, wall hangings, and bracelets drew the admiration of many passers-by. Yet, there was one particular knot she kept hidden from view, tucked away in a small box. It was a knot her grandmother had once woven for her with a special blessing. According to her grandmother, it was a knot of destiny, a symbol of love meant to unite two souls destined to be together. One afternoon, while Mai was arranging her knots, a young man named Jian walked by her stall. His eyes were immediately drawn to the delicate work on display. He was captivated by the elegance of the knots, but it was Mai's quiet concentration and the graceful movements of her hands that truly fascinated him. After mustering the courage, he approached her stall and picked up a simple yet beautiful bracelet woven from red silk. "This is incredible work," Jian said, his voice warm but slightly nervous. "I've never seen anything like it." Mai looked up, surprised by the sincerity in his tone. "Thank you," she replied softly, her cheeks warming at his admiration. Jian continued to visit Mai's stall over the next few days, drawn not only by the beauty of her creations but also by her gentle spirit. As they spoke more, they discovered they shared a love for Chinese traditions and a fascination with the stories behind each knot. Mai told Jian how each basic knot had its own meaning: endless knots for longevity, butterfly knots for love, and lucky knots for fortune. Jian listened intently, enraptured by her knowledge and passion. As Jian spent more time at Mai's stall, he began to understand that Chinese knotting was much more than an ornamental craft. Mai shared with him the deep symbolism embedded in each knot. This ancient art form, which dates back to the Tang and Song dynasties, is steeped in cultural significance. Each knot is meticulously handcrafted from a single length of cord, representing the unbroken thread of life and fate. Endless knots. Mai explained that the endless knot, often used in Buddhist and Taoist art, symbolizes eternity, continuity, and the interconnectedness of life. It represents the belief that everything in life is interconnected and cyclical, much like the universe itself. Butterfly knots, these delicate creations, shaped like fluttering butterflies, are symbols of love and transformation. They hark back to the Chinese folktale of Liang Shanbo and Zhu Yingtai, often referred to as the Chinese Romeo and Juliet, where the lovers are transformed into butterflies to be together eternally. Lucky knots, vibrant and often used during celebrations, lucky knots are believed to bring good fortune and ward off evil spirits. They are frequently adorned with red threads, a color symbolizing joy, prosperity, and happiness in Chinese culture. Mai's passion extended beyond the knots themselves to the stories each one told. As she recounted the legends and meanings behind her creations, Jian felt a profound connection not only to her but also to their shared cultural heritage. These stories were not mere myths but living traditions that carried the wisdom of generations. Jian found himself deeply engaged, not just as an observer but as a participant in this unfolding narrative. He admired Mai's ability to breathe life into these ancient symbols, transforming them from mere decorative pieces into profound expressions of identity and destiny. Their conversations became a cherished part of Jian's day, and each visit to my stall felt like stepping into a sacred space where history and artistry converged. The knots of destiny that initially piqued his curiosity soon became a metaphor for their growing bond, a delicate yet resilient connection shaped by shared understanding and mutual respect. As their story progressed, Jian began to see that his fascination was not only with the art but also with the artist. Mai's gentle spirit and deep respect for tradition taught him to appreciate the subtleties of life, the intricate ways in which people and their stories are bound together, much like the knots Mai so skillfully crafted. One evening, as the Lantern Festival drew to a close, Mai decided to show Jian the special knot she had kept hidden. As she opened the small box, revealing the intricate design of the knot of destiny, her heart raced. She explained its significance, and to her surprise, Jian's expression softened. "I have something to tell you," Jian said, pulling out a small red pouch from his pocket. "My grandmother gave me this when I was younger. She told me it would lead me to the person I was meant to be with." He opened the pouch to reveal a knot identical to Mai's. The colors, the patterns, and even the design were the same. Mai's breath caught in her throat. The coincidence felt too perfect to be random. "Where did you get this?" she asked, her voice barely a whisper. Jian smiled. "My grandmother told me it was part of a pair of two knots that would reunite when the right people came together. I never truly believed it. But now," Mai's heart swelled with emotion as she realized the significance of their meeting. The knots, woven by their grandmothers, were not just decorative pieces. They were symbols of fate, tying their lives together in ways neither of them could have imagined. Under the glow of the festival lanterns, Jian reached for Mai's hand. "It seems like our knots were always meant to be connected," he said gently. Tears of joy filled Mai's eyes as she nodded, knowing that the knot of destiny had done its work. From that moment on, their lives became intertwined, just like the intricate knots they both cherished. In the months that followed, Mai and Jian's love blossomed, their bond growing stronger with every passing day. Together, they continued the tradition of Chinese knotting, creating new designs that symbolized their shared journey. And in their home, they hung the two knots that had brought them together, a reminder that love, like the threads of a knot, is often woven by fate, connecting to hearts in the most unexpected and beautiful ways.